A breakup is not the end. It's the beginning of a journey. From the moment you open your heart, ignore the red flags, to the instant goodbye cuts deep and the long nights trapped in memories. But these 5 stages will decide. Will you stay stuck in the cycle of pain? Or will you turn heartbreak into the springboard for your rebirth? Stronger, brighter, and more radiant than ever before.
And now, let's dive into today's video.
Be honest. Have you ever curled up under the blanket, eyes blurred with tears after a breakup, and with trembling hands open your phone, only to see that your ex read your message 3 weeks ago and never replied? Your heart tightens, not from overdoing cardio, but from the sting of being brutally dropped, as if the whole world just turned its back on you.
They say, time heals everything. But let's be honest, that's just a sweet little lie. Time doesn't heal. It only lays a thin layer of dust over the pain, while your ex seems to shine brighter and brighter, as if they're living a perfect life without you.
So why is it that some people stay trapped in memories, clinging to pain for years, while others turn a breakup into a springboard, becoming a brighter, stronger version of themselves? The secret lies in how they move through the 5 true stages of a breakup. Today we're going to explore those stages, not to complain, not to drown in regret, but to turn every step of this painful journey into a stepping stone for your own upgrade. Because a breakup is not a failure. And to understand why a breakup hurts so deeply, we have to start from the very first moment. The moment you chose to step into love. A breakup doesn't begin with the painful word goodbye. It lurks from the very moment you nervously say yes, opening your heart to love. In that instant, dopamine explodes like fireworks, turning every glance, every smile, into a dream of destiny. But here's the truth. The reason you fall in love will decide the journey ahead, whether it ends in radiance or in ruins. For example, if you enter love out of fear of being alone, then every little gesture from them becomes your sedative. And like any drug, an overdose is dangerous. If you enter love because you idolize an illusion, then when their real self shows, it'll feel like you've been dating 2 different people. But if you enter love because your true values align, then you'll have roots strong enough to stand firm, even when the storms come. So what should you do now? Simple. Before you fall in love with anyone, write down 3 non-negotiables. 1 core value, for example, honesty, kindness. 1 lifestyle rhythm, like needing personal space or loving daily check-ins. And 1 red line you will never cross, for example, no disrespect. Don't choose your partner with a blind heart. Choose them with your value compass. Otherwise, the whole journey is just building castles on sand. Have you ever heard this saying, red light means stop, green light means go, but yellow light, we convince ourselves we didn't see it. Love works the same way. Most breakups don't come from one big explosion, but from the tiny warning signs we chose to ignore. Some situations might feel a little too familiar. Emotional breadcrumbs. Breadcrumbing. Some days they flood your phone with messages, making your heart race like you've just won the love lottery. But then, they vanish for an entire week, leaving you quietly wondering, am I their partner or just the backup plan? The social media vanish act. They view your story the second you post it, but leave your messages unanswered for 3 whole days. You spiral into doubt, whispering to yourself, what did I do wrong? The vision mismatch. You dream of a peaceful home, planting vegetables, raising fish together. But they race through life like the wind, chasing career highs or posting luxury check-ins from Dubai. 2 dreams, 2 directions, paths that never meet. These aren't just red flags, they're alarm bells, screaming for you to listen before your heart shatters. Real life example. Think back to the time you waited for their reply, your heart racing, only to be met with silence. You told yourself, maybe they're just busy, but deep down, you knew it wasn't busyness. It was lack of care. Now contrast that with someone else you once dated, someone clear, someone genuine. They'd always respond with honesty, even if it was just, I'm busy right now, but let's talk tonight. The difference is respect, and that's exactly what you deserve. So what should you do now? Simple. Stop guessing. Ask directly. If they're vague, ask the real question. Where do we stand in this relationship? If they avoid it, try the 5-year exercise. Each of you writes down 5 things you want in the next 5 years, then compare. And if the result shows you'd have to sacrifice your true self just to be with them, that's not love anymore. That's a price far too high. Don't wait until the bridge collapses to notice the cracks. Pay attention to the small yellow flags today, and you might save your heart from bleeding red tomorrow. If stage 1 is when you step into love, and stage 2 is when you ignore the red flags, then stage 3 is the breaking point, the moment of goodbye. Here's the funny thing. Men and women often follow completely different playbooks. For women, we broke up. Instantly, the whole squad shows up, pours the wine, wipes the tears, and fires off 1,000 lines of, "You deserve so much better." For men, "Yeah, Mai and I broke up." The group chat replies with a simple, "Damn, that sucks, man. You good?" End of conversation. Different styles, same truth. Everyone needs a safe place where their pain can be heard. So how do you end a relationship without turning it into a knife that cuts both of you to pieces? Simple. Prepare a 4-step breakup checklist before saying goodbye. Core reason, write it in 1 to 2 sentences. Avoid attacking their character. Safe space, choose privacy and respect. The 4-part formula, feelings, facts, needs, boundaries. Here's how it looks in practice. I feel exhausted, feeling. I've asked for more quality time many times, but little has changed, fact. I need a relationship where both sides feel balanced, need, so I'm choosing to end things here, boundary. And don't forget the post-breakup plan. Living space, belongings, pets, even the little cactus on the desk. Decide clearly who keeps what, so you don't add more drama to the pain. After the breakup, heal or stay stuck. There's a pain even crueler than the breakup itself. It's when you unlock your phone and see your ex holding hands with someone new, just 2 weeks later. And worse, that person looks like you, only prettier, more successful, more confident. It feels like someone ripped your heart out, crushed it into pieces, and then sprinkled salt into the open wound. And then you get stuck, curled up under the blanket, replaying every memory, torturing yourself with 100 questions. Why did it have to be me? Why wasn't I enough? How can they move on while I'm left behind? But the harsh truth is, the pain won't disappear on its own. If you let it stay, it will take root, eat away your trust, and turn your heart into a dark prison. So how do you break free? The answer is simple. Don't run, face it, care for yourself, and be reborn. Here's the 5-step 14-day rebirth plan. Cut off the addiction to the past. 7 days of zero stalking. No Facebook, no sneaky story views, no checking likes. Every time you do, you're just ripping the wound open again. Rewrite your story. Each night, let the paper absorb the pain from your heart. Write, what did this relationship teach me about love and about myself? Revive your body. Your body is the lifeboat. Go for a brisk walk, try the 4-4-4-4 breathing, and let each heartbeat stop feeling like a stab and start sounding like the drum of life. Reignite forgotten flames, the dusty guitar, the half-read book, the dream you left behind, pick them up again. Every hobby you revive is a piece of your soul returned to you. Hold firm to the 3 pillars: sleep enough, eat enough, drink enough. Don't underestimate them. These small things are what rebuild the walls that protect your heart. You don't have to erase every memory to forget someone. You just need to become so strong, so radiant, that the past no longer has a place to stay. After days of thinking you've finally healed, your heart starts to crave connection again. But the world out there has changed. You step outside, and it feels like walking through a storm of flashing lights, strange smiles, shallow glances, sweet promises that ring hollow. Every new encounter lights a spark of hope, only to snuff it out again, leaving you emptier than before. Don't let your heart be torn apart again. Build your own guardrails with these principles. Be clear from the start. Say exactly what you're looking for: genuine love, deep commitment, or just something casual. Protect your boundaries. Don't waste your attention on shallow connections that drain you. Trust consistency. It's not sweet words that prove love, but actions repeated day after day. Takeaway: getting back into dating isn't about filling a void. It's about finding a soul that can walk beside a heart that's been reborn. In the end, you'll stand at a crossroads. Either you dive back into the same spiral, repeating the mistakes, loving the wrong person, tearing your heart apart once more. Or you choose to pause, take the hard-earned lessons, and step forward as a new version of yourself. Life is ruthless. It will keep throwing you into the same kind of relationships over and over until you finally have the courage to say, "Enough. I will not betray myself anymore." This is the turning point. You start choosing love with your value compass, not your fear of being alone. You start protecting your boundaries as if your life depends on it. You start loving yourself so deeply, no one can crush your heart without your permission. Love doesn't save you. You save you. And when you're strong enough, true love will come. Not to fill an empty space, but to walk with you in building a lasting journey. If you've stayed with me until now, remember this: a breakup does not define your worth. The pain is only a passing storm, and your heart is strong enough to turn that storm into a springboard for growth. So ask yourself, will you stay stuck in the cycle, or will you choose the turning point that makes you the best version of yourself? Thank you for staying with Inner Nether until the end of today's journey. Hit like, subscribe, and turn on the bell so we can keep exploring the deeper layers of life and the soul, where every step forward is a step toward growth. The video uses AI tools and various sources of information.